Tomorrow, two of the biggest stories of this entire World Cup will finally begin. In Houston, Texas, Cristiano Ronaldo, 41 years old, walks onto a pitch for what every person watching knows is the last time he will ever play at a World Cup. And in Dallas, Texas, England faced the team that broke their hearts 8 years ago, in the match that still haunts an entire nation. Portugal versus DR Congo, England versus Croatia. 2 games, 4 stories, and predictions for both, right now. Let's start where the world's attention will be. Houston, NRG Stadium, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Cristiano Ronaldo is 41 years old. I want you to sit with that number for a moment. 41. When Ronaldo first appeared at a World Cup, Portugal 2006, the tournament where a teenage Cristiano announced himself to the world, most of the players at this 2026 World Cup had not yet been born. He has been here 5 times, 5 World Cups, and in every single one of them, he has scored. He is the only player in the history of this tournament, male or female, to have scored in 5 consecutive World Cups. That is a record that may never be broken. It is possible that it will never even be equaled. But here is the one thing that Cristiano Ronaldo has never done at a World Cup: win it. He came closest in 2006, when Portugal reached the semi-finals and finished 3rd. He has never been back to that stage. He has never lifted that trophy. In every conversation about his legacy, in every comparison with Messi, the World Cup is the wound that never fully heals. Messi has one, Ronaldo does not. And tomorrow, Cristiano Ronaldo begins what everyone understands is his final attempt, his absolute last chance. Portugal's opponent tomorrow is DR Congo. And before we talk about predictions, I want to give DR Congo the respect they deserve, because their story is extraordinary. DR Congo, formerly known as Zaire, last appeared at a World Cup in 1974, 52 years ago, before most of the people watching this video were born. They qualified for that tournament, played 3 games, lost all 3, conceded 14 goals, and went home having made history simply by being there. Then they disappeared from the World Cup for half a century. What brought them back? A generation of players who grew up watching African football transform, players who developed in European academies and European leagues and came home carrying that knowledge with them. Their qualification campaign for 2026 was one of the most impressive stories in African football. They qualified through the play-in rounds, defeating Jamaica 1-0 in the final decisive match, in front of a crowd that had waited 52 years for that moment. 52 years of waiting. And now they play Cristiano Ronaldo on the biggest stage on earth. Their key man is Yoane Wissa, the Brentford striker who finished the Premier League season in extraordinary form, with 15 goals in 32 matches. He is quick, technically sharp, and capable of punishing any defensive mistake in a single moment. He is DR Congo's biggest weapon and Portugal's biggest concern tomorrow. They also have organizational discipline. Their defensive structure is compact and hard to break down. They drew Denmark and lost narrowly to Chile in warm-up matches. They are not here to lose heavily and go home. But let us be honest about the gap in quality. Portugal are one of the best squads in this tournament. Their midfield, Bruno Fernandes and João Neves, is world-class. Their wide players, Pedro Neto and Francisco Conceição, are explosive and direct. Nuno Mendes is injured and will miss most of the tournament, but their overall quality is deep enough to absorb that loss. And then there is Ronaldo. Roberto Martinez, Portugal's manager, has been careful with Ronaldo in the lead-up to this tournament. He has not been overplayed. He has been managed, protected, kept fresh for the moments that matter. Tomorrow is the moment that matters. Ronaldo needs goals. He knows it. His country knows it. Every person watching knows it. The question is not whether Portugal will win tomorrow. They will win. The simulations say Portugal win in 54.6% of outcomes, a commanding probability against an opponent of this level. The question is whether Ronaldo scores. He is 41 years old. His legs are not what they were. He does not press the way he once did. He does not cover every blade of grass. But his football intelligence has never been sharper. His positioning in the box, the ability to be in exactly the right place at exactly the right second, remains elite. You do not score 919 career goals by accident. You score them because you understand space and timing better than anyone alive. I believe Ronaldo scores tomorrow. A header from a corner, a penalty, a tap-in from 6 yards. It does not matter how, it matters that he does. My prediction for Portugal versus DR Congo is Portugal 3, DR Congo 1. Portugal dominate the ball. They create chance after chance. DR Congo's defensive block holds for long periods but eventually breaks under the sustained pressure. Ronaldo scores once, Fernandes adds a second. A late DR Congo goal from Wissa gives the scoreline a competitive look, but this is Portugal's game from the first minute. Portugal 3, DR Congo 1. And if Ronaldo scores, remember this moment. Remember where you were when you watched a 41-year-old man score at his 5th World Cup, because it will not happen again. Not from him, not from anyone. Now let us go to Dallas. AT&T Stadium, Arlington, Texas, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, and the return of one of international football's most emotionally complicated rivalries, England versus Croatia. Let me take you back 8 years. Moscow, July 11, 2018, the FIFA World Cup semifinal. England had not reached a World Cup semifinal since 1990. 28 years of hurt, a nation that invented this game, that gave it to the world, and could never quite reach the final of its biggest tournament. Gareth Southgate's squad were young, brave, and genuinely believable. They played with joy. They played without the weight of expectation crushing them. They had Harry Kane in the form of his life, the tournament's top scorer. The country was singing Three Lions again, and this time it did not feel like delusion. This time, it felt real. England led at halftime, 1 goal up, 1 half away from the World Cup final. Then Croatia changed the game. Ivan Perisic equalized, and then, in the 109th minute of extra time, Mario Mandzukic, a substitute, scored the goal that ended England's dream. The country sat in silence. Players wept on the pitch. And Luka Modrić, Croatia's captain, their genius, the man who had orchestrated the entire second half, lifted the ball and his team and drove them all the way to the final. 8 years later, these two teams meet again, at a World Cup, in the group stage, the first match of Group L. And the dynamic could not be more different. England come into this tournament as genuine contenders. Thomas Tuchel has taken over from Gareth Southgate and brought a tactical precision and intensity to the squad that has transformed them. They qualified for this tournament with 8 wins from 8 matches, a perfect qualifying record, scoring 22 goals and conceding 0. Not 1 goal conceded in 8 qualifying matches. Their squad is extraordinary. Harry Kane, 32 years old, still at the absolute peak of his powers, has 8 goals in 11 World Cup appearances. He scored a superb header in a 1-0 warm-up win over New Zealand 10 days ago. Bukayo Saka is one of the most dangerous wingers in world football, though he carries a slight Achilles concern into this match. Jude Bellingham, playing as the number 10 tomorrow, is the most complete attacking midfielder in the game. Declan Rice protects the defense and controls the tempo. This England team has quality in every single position. They are, on paper, one of the 3 or 4 best squads in this entire World Cup. But England at World Cups are never just about what happens on paper. They are about history, about the weight of 60 years without a major trophy, about the knowledge that in a penalty shootout or a tense knockout moment, something can always go wrong. About a country that has been here before and found a way to not quite get there. Tuchel knows this. His job is not just to organize a football team. His job is to free this generation of players from that history entirely. Croatia come into this match as underdogs, clear underdogs. They are older than they were. Their golden generation, the group that reached the 2018 final and the 2022 semifinal, is aging. Luka Modrić is 40 years old. Mateo Kovacic is 32. Ivan Perisic, still in the squad, is 37. And yet, Zlatko Dalic's Croatia have defied expectation at every single tournament for the last decade. They beat England in 2018. They beat England in the Euro 2016 qualifying campaign. They reached the World Cup final in 2018 as a nation of just 4 million people. They reached the semi-final in 2022 and went out to Argentina, the eventual winners, on penalties. They know how to win big games. They know how to make big games difficult, slow, tactical, uncomfortable. Their mid-block defense closes space in the central third. They force play wide. They are patient. They wait for moments. And when Modrić gets time on the ball in the right area, even at 40 years old, he can still change the tempo of a game in a single pass. The key tactical battle tomorrow is Bellingham versus Modrić, England's number 10 against Croatia's aging genius. If Bellingham gets time and space between the lines, he will unlock Croatia's defense. If Modrić finds space between Rice and Anderson in England's double pivot, Croatia become a completely different team. That one battle, those 2 players, will decide more about this match than anything else. My prediction for England versus Croatia: England 2, Croatia 0. Here is why. England's quality in attack is too much for Croatia to contain for 90 minutes. Saka and Gordon will stretch Croatia's backline constantly. Kane will punish any center back who gives him half a yard. Bellingham will find space in behind the Croatian midfield. Croatia's plan is to stay compact, stay organized, hit England on the counter when they overcommit. But England under Tuchel are tactically disciplined. They do not leave the spaces behind that Croatia need to exploit. And Croatia's attacking options, Kramaric, Budimir, Perisic, are not fast enough or sharp enough to consistently hurt England defensively. I think England score before halftime, probably from a set piece where Kane's aerial ability is decisive. They control the second half, and a second goal arrives when Croatia push forward trying to find an equalizer and leave space behind. England 2, Croatia 0. A clean sheet. Tuchel's first competitive win as England manager, and a statement to the rest of the tournament. But, and I need to say this clearly, Croatia are not a team you can dismiss. If England starts slowly, if Modrić is allowed time on the ball, if the first goal does not come and the game becomes tight and tense and pressure builds, Croatia have been in that situation 100 times before, and they know exactly what to do. England 2, Croatia 0 is my prediction. But England 1, Croatia 1 would not surprise me at all. So let me summarize both predictions clearly. Portugal 3, DR Congo 1. Ronaldo scores. Portugal dominate. DR Congo score a late consolation through Wissa, but this is comfortable for Roberto Martinez's side. England 2, Croatia 0. Kane scores from a set piece. Bellingham controls the midfield. England win their opening match for the first time since the 2006 World Cup group stage opener. 2 matches, 2 wins for the European heavyweights, and 2 stories that will define Group K and Group L for the rest of the tournament. Watch Portugal for Ronaldo, because this is the last time. Watch England for Bellingham, because this might be the time. Drop your predictions in the comments. Do you think England finally beat Croatia convincingly? And do you believe Ronaldo scores on what is certainly his final World Cup? Subscribe to When Football Speaks. I will have the full breakdown of both matches after the final whistle tomorrow. See you then.